Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Hard West. A lot of interesting stuff out here right now. We'll go to the Indian village first though. The natives told them about a comet they had seen shortly before people began going mad. Everyone had twisted dreams that night. The man who lived in the ruined mansion could tell him more, but Solomon would need to give him the password. Jade is the gem of greed. Solomon came to the native village. People were eccentric, but closer to sanity than most. Well, we could get some assorted parts if we needed to. Or... no, it would cost 3 assorted parts, but we'd get 50 bucks. Solomon determined that in order to teach the natives anything at all, he required at least 3 gunsmithing breakthroughs of his own. Ah... gotcha. Okay. Well, they have all sorts of interesting stuff. Old Indian cloth. Nice. Well, we don't really care about the shaman's pipe. Though I don't know we care about the 5 gold that much either. The ruined mansion is one of the top places we'll need to go. What about the ghost town? What's over here? The inhabitants of this town had become either so crazed or so terrified that they had left, seeming suddenly all at once. Buildings stood abandoned as decay slowly crept in. Solomon wondered whether they had left anything useful behind. A thorough search allowing madness of the place to leave an imprint on his mind. Sure, we'll let the madness leave an imprint. Why not? The search yielded several items, including liquor from a secret stash, and the notebook of Sheriff Turner's deputy, Deadeye Dean. Dean wrote that the Sheriff Turner was arresting lawful citizens for crimes they didn't commit, and every accusation ended on the gallows. Sheriff Turner had become convinced that every person in town was a criminal. After reading through the notebook, Solomon felt this tainted place had left a mark on his soul. It says a mark, but as far as we can tell, nothing seems to have changed. We just got some stuff. Interesting. Derailed train. Someone arrived at the scene of a terrible catastrophe. Inside the crash train sat a single conscious man surrounded by bodies. He was covered in blood, but otherwise appeared well. He introduced himself as James Scheffler and assured Solomon that he had once been a doctor. He asked whether Solomon or his companions needed any help. We don't need help right now. Odd. Solomon arrived at a dilapidated cottage inhabited by the Thurner family, a strange group that laughed at even the most solemn things. They invited him for dinner. Sure, we'll accept your offer of dinner. One of the Pinkertons accepted their offer but fell sick soon afterwards. Later, tormented by a horrible walking nightmare, he perished. Oh my goodness. Confront the family. Don't just kill them outright. They begged for their lives, gave him a blueprint signed by Trumercliff. Well, we'll leave. We'll leave. A new Pinkerton arrived shortly. The death of his predecessor had a slight but noticeable impact on Solomon's mind. We don't kill him. We'll be nice. Maybe it'll spare us some madness. Whatever this madness may be, anyways. Looks like there's nothing else on the map right now. Just this nice little cluster. I kind of wish I could go back at any given time and just murder him. You know, just like say fuck it and just take him out. But we're not chaotic. Arno M. Scharinger was intelligent but paranoid. Yet, despite his quirks, he impressed the Pinkertons with his expertise. He's got lots of interesting stuff. Nice. Ooh, and a blueprint, too. That is important. That is very important. Okay. Fate Trader. So do you have, like, all the things from the previous... Got toothless dwarf who seemed to have gone completely mad. Well, that's interesting. The merchant kept asking him whether he wanted to buy scraps of fate. By his appearance, he had a few genuinely remarkable items for sale. Yeah, I mean, this is like everything that we've unlocked so far. Including the judge. To kill, one must prepare to be killed. This gun trades defense for damage. Seriously. Crazy good gun. Alright, Ruined Mansion. Once a majestic home, the ruined mansion now retained only a shadow of its former glory. Solon knocked to no avail. Jade is the gem of greed. At Solomon's words, the door sprang open. Behind it was an elderly man who invited Solomon inside and asked if he would like some refreshment. The inside of the house was also in ruins, and the whole building looked as though it might collapse at any moment. Do you know anything about the madness, sir? The elderly man spoke to him about the origins of the madness. He said he remembered the night it had begun. The same night, a comet blazed across the sky and everyone he knew was touched by terrible nightmares. The same comet that I'm sure we had some part in collecting the pieces of, with Warren. Father Glimmer had organized an asylum in his church to the southwest in an attempt to cure the sick. Though he was able to gain much insight into the disease and record in his notes, the madman turned on him in the first opportunity and tore him apart. At Solomon's words, the door sprang open. Behind him was an elderly man who invited Solomon inside and asked if he would like some refreshment. The inside of the house was also in ruins. The whole building looked as though it might collapse at any moment. We could buy a key, might open the back entrance of a nearby church. It cost $100. That's crazy. What about the nearby land? The old man spoke at length about the reactions of 3 prominent members of the local community. First, he spoke of Trumercliff, an insane genius who wrote secret notes about the comet in invisible ink on top of decoy documents. Then he told the story of Sheriff Turner, a wise and just lawman who became paranoid after the comet's arrival. It began his reign of terror, in which he built an army of madmen and criminals who hunted like a pack of ravening wolves. Finally, he spoke of his own son, Alvaro, who went looking for ancient native city and never returned. Interesting. Quite interesting. Well, let's go back to the laboratory first. Start the research. Gunsmithery. He hoped his first breakthrough would yield patents for the Protector ring, revolver, and the revolver rifle. The Protector was an easily concealed miniature revolver. Revolver rifle could be reloaded quickly. Sure, we'll use a blueprint for that. Alright. Well, let's work more towards engineering. More passive upgrades. Stun bomb. I don't really care about the stun bomb. Why don't we go back to gunsmithery? Harmonica gun. That's also not very useful, but I guess we'll take it. Alright. And then gunsmithery again. We don't have any more blueprints. We need a chain rifle, duckfoot pistol. Neither are all that great. Well, did we actually get any of those weapons? No, we just have designs drawn up. Can we buy them at the gunsmith now? So, no, it doesn't look like we can. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's fine. Whatever. We're moving on. The asylum, where interesting things seem to have happened. The church had been refitted to function as an asylum. The old man had told him of this place. So we could either fight, or we could go grab the key. It'd be $100 for the key, but I wonder what it would unlock. That would be interesting. We'll go to the giant clock first. What's this? Solomon met J.M. Hobie, an engineer who developed what he called the World Clock. The device contained the time remaining until Doomsday. Solomon asked about this clock in detail, and saying the dedication of the watchmaker, decided his duty as an inventor to help with the construction. 8 assorted parts. How many do we even have? 7? Ha! He actually has some himself. And a blueprint as well. Blueprints can be found in many places, it would seem. Come back with some parts and maybe we'll build a giant clock for you. The Indian trading post was a modest hut made of raw planks. Ms. Bradford ran the trade with the natives. Her wares included weapons, clothes, and tobacco. Quality of her wares seemed high, but so were her prices. No one's willing to pay me more than 5 for anything. Spirit head. Huh. Alright, another blueprint, sawed-off cobra, yeah. Alright. Old camp. Solomon felt weak and insecure. His mind was constantly distracted. He was plagued by a strange dream which inspired him to create a strange new blueprint. Madness imminent. Vertigo. Interesting. So that's how madness is affecting us. Solomon stumbled upon an abandoned campsite. Beside an extinguished fire pit, he found Trumercliff's notes. They made little sense to him presently, but he thought they might prove useful later on. One notebook was entitled My Rival Inventors and contained slanderous text ridiculing other inventors such as Tim Russell, Christopher Wilson, and Solomon Delir. Amid mocking comments about his mistakes, Solomon found extensive deliberations on the senselessness of his past research. Interesting. We'll keep it. Motivate us towards scientific perfection. With the notebook in his pocket, never forgot the past errors. Those madness increased, which became scientific greatness. Alright. I don't know how bad the madness is going to be, but we'll see. Middle-aged man with his lips sewn together ran a pharmacy in the middle of nowhere. Though he never spoke a word, he seemed rational, was eager to strike a bargain. Well... Trumercliff notes. Seemingly random, meaningless notes. I'm sure it'll make sense once we're crazy. Everyone was only willing to pay 5. So I guess we'll do the 5. Get rid of the tobacco as well. We don't want... Well, maybe might want this stuff later with the Indians. I don't know. Back to the laboratory. We can... Repeat the instructions again for me. Okay, that's actually not even all that useful. We can build it at the workshop if we want it, but... Go, gunsmithery. So, do that. Cool. And that should be all the blueprints we have right now, so... Very cool. We can go back to the Indian village, though, and then teach them things. Take me 3 assorted parts, but they'll give me 50 bucks. Which is a great price. They learned eagerly. Worried there might come a time when they needed better guns to protect themselves, Solomon happily took their gold. Solomon came to the native village where the people were eccentric, closer to sanity than most. Alright. Well, I hope they enjoy what we have given them in knowledge. Alright. There are lots of different assorted parts vendors. Or we could just go to the workshop and bring it in on the Pony Express. Blueprint from Trumercliff's notes using the revealer. I don't think we have the revealer. 6 is a good price. We have seen 7 in a couple locations. So, let's buy 10. Here we go. So we have some. We'll go back to the giant clock and see about helping this dude out. Here's 8 assorted parts, sir. Solomon engineering skills were insufficient to help the watchmaker. Well, we'll get there eventually, sir. Don't worry, we'll do it together. We'll go back to the ruined mansion. We'll drop the 100G on the key. Key went into Solomon's pocket. And the bartering doesn't seem to really matter right now, so I guess all that's left is the church. We've already spent quite a bit of time, though. What do we have in our inventory here? So we do have, actually, we have, what, B persons? A, C, and then B. Yeah. So you get your things. We have plenty of other odd bits and pieces, should we need it. Greatly improves movement. Get rid of the coca leaves. We don't care about those. Bottle of liquor. Don't care about that. Give you a healing elixir and a bottle of liquor. We might need it. Probably won't. We'll see. So, what cards did he have? Ah, yes. The pair of tens. There you go, sir. So you're good to go. And I suppose the only person that's supposed to be alive is us. The rest are just Pinkerton, so, you know, who cares, right? So I guess we'll keep a Mandrake root in case we need it on us. Boy, that does suck. Holy cow. -5 aim, -4 sight, -2 movement, -1 HP. Jeez. This madness is no joke. But for now, we don't have... Yeah, we don't have any blueprints. Okay. Well... Next time, we will check out the asylum in the next episode. This episode's already gone on pretty much on time, so... Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Best thing you can do for the channel is share the video on Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit. Thank you to Amphid being a Patreon supporter, and thank you to everyone who watches the ads to support the channel. I will see you guys on next time with a little bit more Hard West. We will start off in a gunfight at the asylum. It should be interesting. I'll see you next time in DFTBA.